Welcome back to Steel Wheels Production Tutorials. This is part 2 of modifying your trains, your Knex SS or Screaming Serpent trains to get better speed or to get less speed loss. So right now we're just going to be focusing on how do you properly lubricate the coaches, the trains, so that they perform better. And the materials that you need for this are going to be very simple. You're going to want one propelled can of heavy-duty silicone. CRC is my favorite company. Obviously your train car, and a nice stash of high-quality paper towels. So one of my favorite lubricants here that I use is CRC heavy duty silicone, multi-use silicone lubricant. You can buy this online or at most hardware stores. It's about $6 to $9 per bottle or can, depending on where you go. And again, remember, the sole purpose here is to try to overcome the friction between the wheels, the axles of the wheels, and the track. And so obviously the better that your wheels perform and the less friction that they have to overcome, the less speed loss you'll have throughout your course. You can see the current course that I'm working on here. It's kind of a B and M style looper. And to give you an idea, before I lubed the trains, when I tested it, the train got to about 3/4 or maybe 4/5 of the way through the loop and stopped and came back down. And after I lubed them and cleaned them, it made it over that loop no problem. So it's definitely something that you want to look into doing if you're going for those courses that you're trying to get the best, or the least amount of speed loss on. That would be important for courses where you're mimicking like real coasters, which have 5 to 7 inversions. So the lubricant can comes with, this particular can comes with a application straw, which you insert right here into the valve and or the depressor. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to squirt that mixture into the axles on all 6 of the running wheels, or all 3 sets. And we're just going to focus on spraying it on the axles themselves if possible. So try to avoid spraying the plastic. The thing about this propellant or this type of lubricant is that the propellant in these will corrode plastics, or it will fog your plastic, creating quite an undesirable look if you're looking to maintain the sleek, nice shiny new look of the cars. You want to avoid those lubricants that contain butane or hexane as a propellant. This particular one here uses just hydrocarbons, which still, by the way, are not completely safe on the plastic. So, for example, if you get that on your fingers and you touch, let's say, the back of the car, or the side, or even the inside here, especially the parts with no stickers, you'll see that literally there'll be a fingerprint left with a foggy look where the propellant was in contact with the plastic for too long. So you need to be careful while you're doing this. One good thing to do, and the reason why we have a lot of paper towels, is you want to wipe off the excess spray as quickly as possible. So let me give you a little example here. So I'll start by trying to lubricate the bottom running wheels. And I'm just going to squirt real fast on one side, and then the other side. And then again over here on this other one. and you'll notice that there's a lot of overspray. You can't really see it here, but you'll notice that it gets pretty much everywhere. So at this point, you want to quickly work the lubricant through the wheel housings, and then you want to immediately clean it with paper towels. So I am not going to be able to show you how to do the lubricating on all of these different wheels on here because I don't have 3 hands. So I'm holding the camera with one. But let me give you the tips. So essentially you will do the side running wheels as well as the inversion of bottom wheels next. And you'll just make sure to focus on putting the lubricant onto the axles, which you can barely see here as I'm rotating this around. But if you've taken it apart already, you know where the axles are, and so you should be able to effectively lubricate there. And just try to get the nozzle, the tip of the spray bottle, as close into the gap between the wheels themselves and the axles. And then immediately when you're done spraying, you want to start spinning the wheels around a little bit to kind of work the lubricant in, and then immediately grab some paper towels and start drying it. And from all different angles, and just be careful not to have your hands, which may be covered in lubricant, touching the plastic for too long, because like I said, you'll fog it. Again, I couldn't show you the whole process, but once you're done lubing all of the 6 axles and 6 wheel housings, and you've spun the wheels around and dried off the excess, your train is essentially good to go. One important thing to note is that if there's any excess lubricant on the wheels themselves, the plastic wheels, make sure to wipe it off and just kind of rotate the wheel as you rub the napkin against it or the paper towel against it to dry it off. So the less lubricant that you're able to get on your track when you're done, the better. So you'll then test it, and you'll notice at first that it won't get quite as good of a run as you did before you even lubed it. So what you need to do is just run it a few times, and after like the 5th, 6th, or 7th time, you will see a drastic increase in the speed, and you will be very happy that you took the time to clean and lubricate your trains. I hope this has been a good tutorial. If you haven't watched the first version or the first iteration of train modification, please check out the Knex Screaming Serpent tutorial on modifying cars for speed by Steel Wheels 33. This is me signing off. There'll be more updates on the progress of this coaster on SS Coasters forums. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.